games than it did earlier in the season. He's tinkered with a few things and really improved his form.
Now Golden State's starting five. They've got Porzingis. Stephen Curry's out there with the Anthony Melton. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Santos in at the three, the small forward. And for Boston, down on the block, it's Tatum with Kata. The guard pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Hauser in at the small forward. With the playoffs on the horizon, Richard, we're seeing some of the top teams rest their players a little bit.
Yeah, you want to prevent injury, but you also want your go-to guy to have some fresh legs. Limit their minutes now. It'll pay dividends in the postseason.
Now here's Tatum.
Kick it out.
There's the drive. Just 4 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Brown outside. It's rebounded by Golden State. Now Melton. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Good luck against Green inside. Even when you throw contact at him, he just fights twice as hard.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. We talked about how Kristaps Porzingis can warp a defense with his shooting. He said, quote, when they post him outside and go 5 out, it stretches a team. We'll need to adjust by closing out and rotating faster than we're used to. Hopefully that helps us against what they're trying to do. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Porzingis high post. Some good scoring numbers for him right now, averaging 17 points a game. Brown against Melton. He's off on that one. Last game for the Warriors, it was a loss to the Lakers. Brown against Melton. Boston, no good that time either. Pass to Curry. Rebounded by Tatum.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
This is how confident Tatum is. Knows he can score inside whenever he wants.
Pass to Santos. Green, the screen. The tray. The rebound by the Celtics.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
In GA, we know Coach Steve Kerr has been up front. In order to win, the Warriors need to take and make a lot of threes.
Well, it's the superpower of their best player, and the arrival of Jimmy Butler has provided some balance, but threes are still their best bet.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
When Curry gets a look that's good, he is automatic. There is almost no stopping him.
And here is Brown. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. And it's the Warriors with the ball. After the basket by Boston. In the corner, it's Melton. And it's off from three-point range. For the Celtics, they come into this one following a loss to the Knicks in New York. Pass to Kata. Out to White. Lets the three fly. Tries to save it. The shot will not fall. And so Green will bring it up for the Warriors. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And a lot of that begins with effort. Putting in the work and closing out possession should make this a much more contested game.
Here's Brown, following the basket by Draymond Green. Here's Hauser. Off target from three-point range.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Curry dishes to Green. Back to Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. The three from Porzingis. It's hauled in by Brown. The Celtics have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And they double up Brown. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Drills the three-pointer. Tatum's got 5 now.
Good job by Tatum to exploit the space just outside the arc.
Pass to Santos. From deep. Rebounded by the Celtics. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Well, they weren't fighting through screens. Their closeouts and rotations were late. You name it, and let's just say they didn't do it on defense.
Now here's Porzingis. Still yet to score. 4 on the clock. And it's sent back by White. Pass to Hauser. Now here's Tatum. Guarded by Curry. Tatum draws the double. Here's White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. White's got his second bucket.
Good work by Tatum, keeping his options open. He knew he had that kick out if he needed it.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
And let's check out a breakdown looking at some data for White. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's putting up about 12 points a game, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. But you look at all that, and really it doesn't give you the entire picture of his impact defensively.
Just in general, numbers don't tell the whole story with defense. Guys like him, you have to watch to understand his impact.
Now here's Curry. Looking at his numbers right now, averaging 27 points a game. To the paint. Porzingis kicks to Melton. 6 on the shot clock. From the arc. Outside for Curry. Goes back up. On the wing, Melton. He's covered by Brown. No good on the triple.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Hey, Greg, kind of a combo forward. Tatum at 6'8", more than capable of playing up at the power forward position.
And that's where he's mostly played the last few seasons. And his rebounding is more than just serviceable. Credit him for the strength he's added over his career.
Pass to Curry. They could use a bucket. A three-pointer is right on target. Curry's got 6.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Brown with it. Outside Tatum. And it's good, 2 points. Tatum's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Warriors trail by 4. Here's Curry. 6 points for him. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And Curry is so cool under pressure. Doesn't allow physical coverage to throw him off.
Outside, White. Brown sets a screen for White. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 8 points for him.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Porzingis with a screen on White. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Curry.
Dominant play by Kristaps down in the paint, mixing it up with the defense.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Gary Payton has checked in for the Warriors. Podziemski's coming in for Melton. Pass to White. Pritchard feeling it out a bit. Here's Walsh. Shot clock at 5. Over in the corner, White. Cans it from downtown. White's got 11.
And from three-point range, guys, he has hit the ground running. What a first quarter.
And here's Porzingis. Outside for Curry. Good on the triple.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
Outside, White. Pass to Shireman. Here's Pritchard. Outside, White. And the Celtics another 3.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Outside, Payton. Now, here's Green. Outside, Curry. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. He's got 14.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully, that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Gonzalez, he's checked in for Derek White. Here's Shireman. 20 points for him last game against the Knicks in New York. Drops in the tray.
If you give him that kind of separation, he's going to take full advantage.
Outside Curry. Outside Green. Pass to Curry. Launches a 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
You knew it was coming because Steph, this man loves a good duel.
Bounce pass Pritchard. Vucevic down low. He's against Porzingis. Outside Gonzalez. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Warriors trail by 6. Now Curry. 17 points in the game. And another 3 for Golden State.
Nobody answers the call better than Stephen Curry.
Pritchard passes to Vucevic. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Pritchard. Here's Gonzalez. From outside, off the mark. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. Podziemski finds Green. Golden State moving the ball around. On its way from Curry for 2. And Pritchard pulls it down. Celtics leading by 3. Pass to Vucevic. Over Porzingis. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Hey, when you trust your shot like he does, it doesn't matter how much size you're giving up. He feels the mid-range in his territory.
Derek White has been on display for the Celtics. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We come back right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Boston.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. Gary Payton II is out there with Quentin Post. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. And it's Spencer in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Tatum. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York.
And, you know, he was getting fouled time and time again and really delivered at the free throw line. Huge contribution there, guys.
Warriors trail by 5. Payton looking around. Pass to Post. And here is Payton. 6 to shoot. Here's Spencer. Shoots the 3. And Vucevic pulls it down. Outside Tatum.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Payton outside, trying to find Pajemski, gets it to him. Basket counts. Pajemski's got his first basket of the night.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Tatum on the wing. Pass to Walsh. No good on the 3. Warriors trail by 5. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The Warriors have come a long way during the Curry era. Draymond Green said, quote, "We built this thing up from the laughingstock of the NBA. I take a great deal of pride in that. I think about this organization like it's mine. If the Warriors win the championship 10 years from now, that's our championship. Period." Kevin?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Boston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pritchard with a wide-open look. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Golden State's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Here's Spencer. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. It's tipped. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Look who gets them the strong finish. Vuce hustling in transition.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And the Celtics making a change here. Brown's checked in. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the East is stacking up. You look at the Celtics. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference.
Well, I think for Boston, they're in a good spot. Looking to generate some momentum heading into the playoffs. I don't see them resting anyone. They want to finish strong.
Now, here's Curry. 20 points for him. Post finds Melton. Here's Curry with the 3. Oh, Curry so accurate from three-point range.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Pass to Shireman. Tatum down low. He's got 9. And again, it's Boston converting.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Curry with the bounce pass. From deep three-point land. Rebounded by Vucevic.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 11. Pass to Pritchard. Brown against Curry. Clock at 4. A wide open look here for Vucevic. A three-pointer, no good.
And sometimes on defense, you could just get lucky.
Curry on the wing. Here's Santos. No good. That would have tied it. To the middle. Pritchard gets the bucket. Now it's a 5-point Celtic lead. And you think about the importance, RJ, of awareness and basketball IQ. What about players who don't have that, but are immensely talented?
Well, they still have to grow their IQ, and that can take time because if you make too many mistakes, it will cap your minutes.
And that one, good.
This is what Curry does best. He is so creative at getting into rhythm and staying hot.
The three from Tatum. The Warriors pull it in. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Pass to Santos. Back to Payton. This one for 3. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Payton. Payton's got 3 assists tonight.
This is Pete Curry shooting with real confidence off the catch. It's what helps get him going.
Here's Pritchard. 23 points for him the last game against New York. And it's Vucevic missing. Curry deciding where to go with it. Curry getting it done inside.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Pritchard with the ball. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Pass to Vucevic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Because he can commit from all 3 levels, Vucevic is a tricky cover.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And one more thing they've done well tonight. They've attacked the rim viciously and have gotten a lot of points by just going at the defender.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
Vuce doesn't get to the line as much as you would expect, but he does shoot a good number from there.
Sam Hauser's checked in for the Celtics. Derek White comes in for Pritchard. Golden State also making some changes. Porzingis comes in for Quentin Post. And it's Green in for Gary Payton. And both free throws good for Vucevic.
Well, when you send him to the line, you know what the outcome is likely to be.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And the Celtics making a change here. Kate is checked in. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Kristaps Porzingis.
And you can't get too wrapped up in the numbers, but sure, his rebounding volume has indeed been decreasing. Is that a function of physicality, alterations to playing style? Possibly. One thing for certain, you hope the decline isn't attributed to a lack of effort.
And Santos gets it to go.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Down low. Up top, Brown. It's rebounded by Golden State. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
Yeah, they looked like they were asleep on that end of the floor. No one was talking. No one was paying attention. Yeah, it was rough.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Back to Curry from deep three-point land. It's not going to go for him. Boston trailing to the paint, and White kicks to Brown. It's tipped. Porzingis with the steal. Pass to Curry. Back to Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Green's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Tatum on the wing. Five on the clock. Leans inside. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Curry. White against Porzingis. And he gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 5.
Inside, Porzingis can pretty much take what he wants. He's just too tall.
Boston shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Brown feeling it out a bit. Strong finish through the contact from Brown.
Oh, he's flexing on that finish. These kind of buckets get Brown going.
When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Pritchard, he's checked in for Boston. Playing as a team so crucial. Let's see the NBA's best. Number 5, the Warriors.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
Now Hauser hasn't made one yet. They set the pick. Three-pointer, Pritchard connects from three-point range.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Now here's Curry, 30 points in the game. 5 to shoot. They kick it out to Green. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Boston's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Now here's Brown. Over to the left wing. Three-pointer, Pritchard. Green with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Santos, the pass to Porzingis. Yes, that goes in. Porzingis has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Cada. Now here's White. Three-pointer. The Warriors pull it in. And here is Green. 8 points for him. There's 53 seconds left here in the second. For 3. And it's Derek White with the rebound.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Pass to Pritchard. Boston again missing. Warriors leading by 4. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The shot by Curry, no good. Boston shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Pritchard gets the bucket. Pritchard's got 7 points.
Not just being selfless, but also smart with the ball. Brown is able to find the best guy for the right shot.
Here's Curry. Curry always finds a way. This time inside.
This man has entered the zone. Great shooting performance from him all game long.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Warriors on top, 4. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And we thank you for joining us at halftime. The Golden State Warriors are in a closely contested game.
It's a coach's dream to see the ball whip around the floor like this. They're playing some selfless basketball. It's been a thing of beauty.
Stacking the dimes and buying buckets. Okay, so now let's talk about that point guard matchup from the first half.
The league is so full of elite point guards. We get to see incredible matchups every night. You can't ignore the skill that both of these guys have shown in the first half.
Yeah, they're trying to one-up each other each time up the floor. This is great to watch.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Curry has been sensational.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
Here's Porzingis. Down on the block, it's Tatum with Kata. The guard pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Hauser in at the 3 spot. That's the Boston 5.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Outside Tatum. They set the pick beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Now here's Melton. Still without a basket. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Curry dishes to Green. Porzingis with a screen on Tatum. Here's Green to the left side wing. Santos, the pass to Melton. 4 on the shot clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And it's Green missing. Celtics trail by 4. To the inside, Tatum. Green with the rebound. Green's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Pass to Santos. And here is Curry. He's covered by Brown. Curry against Brown. And here's Melton. Here's the 3. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession.
And now look at Jason Tatum. His last 10 games have been exceptional, averaging about 23 points per, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. And he does so much for this team, but it starts with the way he leads the offense.
And he's willing to take on the scoring load. Look, he is more than capable of delivering.
And he's missed every single shot he's attempted today, but somehow they're still in the lead.
Here's Kata, and the shot goes in. Kata's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Green with a screen on Brown. Melton passes to Curry. To Porzingis. Clock at 6. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
You can't sleep on Porzingis, especially when he's roaming around that mid-range.
Outside Tatum. Here's Hauser. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got his 4th assist in this one. The Warriors leading. Melton kicks to Curry. Back to Melton. Puts up a deep 3. What a deep shot from Steph Curry.
That's not even a deep 3 for Curry. That's just pretty much his range at this point in his career.
Inside. And that one's good. Tatum. And that's 15 points for Jason Tatum.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Well, Draymond Green is getting serious in the weight room. He said, one thing I learned is you have to lift weights. I was always naturally strong, so I was like, what do I need to lift for? These guys can't move me right now. But your body needs to be able to withstand the pounding of a long season. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, we thank you. Hauser finds Tatum. Offensive rebound. Porzingis with the block.
The ridiculous reach of Porzingis. There is no way he was letting that through.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
Green against Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. White, good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Warriors have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Outside Curry to the middle. There's Porzingis. Back to Curry. To the inside. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And on top of that, they've really been dialed in from deep, just dropping triple after triple.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
You know, expectations were so high for Porzingis early in his career. Maybe they didn't all pan out, but he is still a high-level impact player every time he takes the floor.
Tatum against Green. Pulls up on the elbow. The kick out to Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. Right of screen. Just 5 on the clock. Tatum finds White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. White's got 19 points.
There is no chance that this game is tied up without his offensive firepower.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Without question, Derek White displaying his skills today.
They have to come up with a new wrinkle defensively because he is killing them from deep.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play heads up against these squads. Second, the Warriors.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Here's Melton. Nothing on the board. Left side, Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from the corner. Good as the jump shot falls. Curry's got 37.
And this has become expected from Curry. Everyone knows how dangerous he is at getting to his spots and capitalizing.
Richard, be honest. Did you expect Curry to have this kind of career when he was drafted into the NBA?
I don't think anyone expected Steph to have such a transformative career. He's more than a superstar. He's an icon and an excellent ambassador for the game.
Here's Porzingis. It's good again and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. Outside Tatum. White bounce pass. Hauser sinks the three-pointer. Hauser's got 6.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Here's Santos. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. White against Curry. And taken away by Brown. Brown gets it done inside.
Night in, night out, Brown just makes plays.
Warriors have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Melton passes to Curry. Floats one up. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Hauser. Here's Tatum, guarded by Green. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
His first triple of the second half. Can he get it going?
The Warriors have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Outside, Green. Back to Curry. From past the arc. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Boston's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Down low. Tatum kicks to White. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Warriors have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Curry fires from way outside. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Pass to Tatum. There's Brown with the 3. Cash money. Brown with the tray.
There is zero hesitation from Brown. This man is always ready to fire.
Outside, Green. Back to Curry. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Celtics. Tatum's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Over Green. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by White. And now a 5-point Celtic lead.
Over the years, Tatum has limited the amount of mid-range jumpers that he takes, but it is still a natural part of his game.
Back to Curry. Shot to stop the run. Good! Another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Pass to Hauser. Back to Brown. Shoots over Melton. Brown, no good. The Warriors shooting it beautifully here in the third, 56% from the field. It's Curry outside. The rebound by Queta. Queta's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Brown the pass to Queta. Here's Hauser for the 3. And it's Melton with the rebound. Green kicks to Melton. 1:33 left to play here in the third. And that's good. Stephen Curry for 3. Curry's got 46 points.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Pass to Shireman. Pritchard from outside, and the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Podziemski with it, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Boston trailing. Vucevic setting the pick for Tatum. Boston again missing.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
And here we go. Pulls up for three. The rebound by Post.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
With his touch, Curry can beat you from inside as easily as he can outside.
Tatum down low. Pass to Pritchard. Now here's Vucevic in the corner. Tatum with it. Trying to get something going. Tatum from three.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big man in the league today than we've ever seen.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Podziemski out there with Curry. Then there's Payton. Then it's Quentin Post and Richard.
Yeah, Vooch will do this to you. He's not scared of that mid-range. He's a midi master.
Pass to Post. Outside Curry. And again for three.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Craig, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game.
And he's tied Curry's mark from 2016, which was the top spot for threes in a game for a short while. It's been that kind of takeover display that we've seen here tonight.
Too easy for Vucevic. He feasts from these interior spots.
He's feeling it. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
As they set their sights on locking up the win, he has to do everything in his power to make this happen.
Outside Tatum. Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
Superb focus there from Vooch, accepting the contact like a champ.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. The Warriors trailing. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Podziemski on the wing. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
An absolute superb facilitator because Curry is such a lights-out shooter, it opens up passing lanes for him.
Tatum on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock, and the layup's good off the glass. Tatum's got 25 points.
Brushing off the contact look. The dude is strong. When he gets in there, it's easy. That's an easy bucket.
Outside Curry. From 11 feet away, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Making use of the in-between area. Curry's ability to break defenses down opens up these shots.
Now Tatum. Pass to Walsh. Offline with his 3. The Warriors have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And here is Curry. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Walsh. Well, the Celtics shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Tatum looking around. Over in the corner, Pritchard. Oh, Tatum in position. Outside Curry. From downtown, connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. That 3 pushes him into the history books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget.
He passed Curry's high a little earlier, and now he's matched Clay's mark. Didn't think we'd see a show like this coming into tonight, but here we are.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. Coach did everything he could to fire up his team, saying, quote, "This is where every one of you has to dig deep. It's going to come down to who wants it more. Anything to give his team an extra push to close the gap." Guys?
Allie, thank you so much. Here's Pritchard. Nice ball movement by Boston. Hits it from 3-point range.
Once a weakness in Brown's arsenal, now he's a legitimate threat to burn you from deep.
Pass to Bassie. Now here's Curry. And again, 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Outside White. Tatum against Green. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Payton.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Back to Podziemski. Pass to Bassie. 6 on the shot clock. Curry can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 3. High post Vucevic. Back to Brown. Over Payton. And another basket for Boston.
He had a forgettable start to this game, but he's really starting to come alive now.
And here is Curry. Payton with the screen for Curry. Podziemski on the wing. And the 3 off target. And so it's Pritchard who brings the ball up for the Celtics. Outside Tatum. Vucevic is screen on Green. Here goes Tatum to take the lead. Draymond Green pulls it in. Green's got 11 rebounds in the game. Pass to Podziemski. Here's Curry. Here's Podziemski. Outside Green. And Green slams it in. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
How about the execution inside by Green? He's excellent at knowing when to attack down low.
Right the pass to Tatum. Vucevic is screen on Green. The three from Tatum. The Warriors pull it in.
You know what? He's got to look to get other guys involved. The three-point stroke is off.
Pass to Payton. Outside Curry. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Cade is checked in, and Sam Hauser subbed in for Pritchard. Melton against Brown. Pass to Cada. Now Hauser. Left side Tatum. Over Green. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Tatum.
See, this is what Tatum is capable of. Look, he is a sensational scorer. Like, we understand that. But when he gets into a rhythm...
Back to Curry. Jacks up a three. Good! Another from three.
And that is a three that will put him in the record books.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
And Klay Thompson's mark of 14 is bested. What a shooting display.
He's just lighting them up in this game. The D's are going to have to extend a little bit more, or he's going to keep knocking them down from deep.
Pass to Melton. Porzingis sets the pick for Curry. Connects again from distance. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Outside White. Brown wide open. He fired. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Now here's Melton. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Santos. Guarded by Tatum. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Celtics trail by 7. Brown with it. Outside Tatum. Here's the three. The Warriors pull it in. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Green inside. Guarded by Tatum. Here's Santos. And it's Derek White with the rebound. White's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And he takes a breather from his ongoing three-point barrage. What a game.
Doing damage, Greg, on the road. Talk about a big-time performance. Wow.
What a special night. I feel blessed to have witnessed this. A new three-point record. Unreal.
Fires the three. The shot misses. Warriors leading by 7. Outside, Green. Here's Santos. Here's Porzingis. Shot clock at 6. Takes the three, and down goes the three.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Tatum down low. He's against Green. Outside Brown for 3. Not gonna go.
Nah, that's kind of a Hail Mary there. That's the mark of desperation.
Curry against White. 1:57 left to play here in the fourth. Drained from outside.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
The shot is good.
Oh, another huge night for Tatum. One of the top scorers in the NBA. Jason beats you in so many different ways.
Curry against White. Here's Porzingis. 14 feet away. Got it to go.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Tatum against Green. And is back to the basket for over 5. That'll be a turnover. Warriors leading by 13.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Warriors.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Stephen Curry.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Now Curry. It's tipped. Here's Keita, guarded by Green. Now White, beyond the arc. No good there. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
So now, let's send it over to the sideline where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game.
Steph, they got out to a hot start offensively, but you were able to wear them down eventually. What changed?
Just stick with the program, try not to turn the ball over too much, move the ball on offense, and continue our defensive pressure. Hopefully, we force them into misses eventually.
You got it. Thanks so much, Steph.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you so much for watching tonight's presentation. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Stephen Curry.